So, hi guys, this is the pick a card reading for the summer solstice, or it may be a different kind of solstice in your part of the world, but it's the summer solstice here, so it's for a solstice of sorts, whatever one applies. Right, so I have just been filming pile one and I realised that I didn't have my microphone anywhere near me, so time to crack on and do it again. So let's get into it. So this is pile one, selenite. This is pile two, rose quartz. This is pile three, hematite. This is pile four, citrine. Now just go intuitively whatever one draws you in. And again, the way that I work is spirits seem to blend all of my messages. So, if you feel like watching all of them or definitely more than one of them, definitely do. If you've got the time, I would watch the whole video. I've no idea how long this is going to be. I want to try and make it fairly short, but again, it's me. It could be an hour again. We'll just see. But I'm going to get straight into it. So again, the purpose of this pick a card is to help you with what you need to bring in to bring yourself more into balance, because that's really what the solstice feels to me. It's about the change of the seasons. It's definitely about endings, beginnings, rebirth, change, and there is a couple of rebirth cards that are dotted about within the piles here. So let's crack on and get on with this. I mean, the summer solstice actually, oh my God, that's more importantly, is a very, very important time for me because it happens to be Crystal Clear Vision's 4th birthday. So, I really sort of started the business about 5 years ago, but I started my page um, about 4 years ago. And that, well, no, that is actually, I suppose, when I came up with the name Crystal Clear Vision. So, and I got that in meditation. So, yeah, it's a happy time, and I will be doing a flash sale, which I'll probably have put below by the time I publish this. So go and look on the Facebook page or contact me via the Facebook page as well. But I'll definitely have some sort of special on or discounts on bigger things. And definitely, if you're interested in one of my bigger packages, I'm sure I can knock off some money of that too. So, but don't delay because it's only a flash sale, so it'll only be for on Friday for the people that book it on Friday. And you don't need to have the session on Friday; it can be later on. Anyway, so this is pile one. So we've got shark, we've got mountain, we've got the staff, which has a giraffe in it, that rhymes. We've got peacock spirit in reverse, let it shine. We've got snake, the rebirth card, so that's what I was talking about there. There's one of them. And then we've also got lucid dream awareness, so very mystical cards already. And also all the decks that spirit seem to have made me get drawn to are all very annoyingly ones that I absolutely love reading the book for. And again, I repeat this all the time, but it's because it's true. I mostly within sessions, and when you see me do it on the Facebook page, I usually don't read the book a lot. I just use my intuition. But with the certain decks I've been drawn to, I like to read the book with pretty much nearly all of them apart from this one. So anyway, we'll work with it. If it's a longer video, it's a longer video. I'm a bit more tired today, so I suppose it helps me be a little bit more lazier and not lean on my intuition as heavily because it does take up a lot of energy. Right, so anyway, let's count the shark. So for pile one, I feel there is some sort of situation where you're really having to trust your instincts and your intuition, is what I feel, because the card says trust your instincts to discern the truth of a situation. And again, if you think about it, a shark, doesn't fuck about, does it? It's very sharp, it's very sharp witted, it's very straight to the point. It'll kind of like, it'll sense danger and it'll be in there to either protect itself or to go in for the kill. And the shark to me is about a very, very psychic energy, very, very sensitive, very, very intuitive, aren't they? So that is definitely what I'm picking up from that. Do I want to read the book? Yeah, I'll read the books. I think I'll read the book after. I'll do it this way. So, and then we've got mountain, which is strength. So this is about standing strong in a situation. So again, you've got two cards that are saying that there's something that you really need to use your discernment and to tune into to really grasp the truth of a situation. And this is saying that you're needing to rely on your inner strength and really, stay grounded, really, is what I'm feeling. So I will read the book for that in a minute. But then we've got the staff card, which is a 5, which is big change. And again, the solstice is a time of change. It's literally a change of the seasons, but I feel it mirrors a change within ourselves as well. And it usually brings up a lot of intense emotions, especially because the full moon in Sagittarius has just been this week as well. And that was bringing up a lot of blunt honesty because that's what Sagittarius is. Sagittarius is also very magical. It's about manifesting. It's about freedom. It's about fun, playful, inner child. But it definitely is about that blunt honesty as well. So we've also got the staff here as well, which I'm going to read because again, that the book is just beautiful. It goes with that. We've got peacock spirit in reverse. So to me, this is about kind of being a little bit afraid to shine, like for some reason holding yourself back or dimming your own light. So again, we'll come to that in a minute. We've got snake, rebirth, release, integration. This is about what the summer solstice is all about. It's about, you know, again, it's a time of change. You're shedding the skin of the old and you're bringing in the new energy. So, and, you know, in the case of where I am, you know, we're letting go of the spring and we're moving into summer. Although the weather doesn't always mirror that, does it? But it's kind of like, you know, you definitely are letting go of something, you know, what no longer serves you, and moving into a new part of yourself as well. And again, I feel this card to me is about awareness, is about awakening. Really, you're awakening to your greatness, you're awakening on your spiritual journey. You know, you might actually be having literal lucid dreams, but you see all the yellow butterflies. The yellow is about solar plexus, happiness, joy, abundance, everything that I was kind of saying for Sagittarius: joy, happiness, abundance, freedom, because we all want freedom in some sort of way. And it's about, especially the butterflies, about transformation. So again, this is about transforming, like your confidence, really like blooming, like coming into who you are. It's got a lot of yellow on it. So I really do feel this is about moving into happier times and becoming aware of the opportunities that lie ahead of you at this time, and letting go of what no longer serves you. So now I'm going to read from the books. Right, so let's find shark. So, and remember, the point of this is, what do you need to know to bring yourself into balance, or what do you need to let go of? Because the solstice is all about like endings, beginnings, change, all of that stuff. So I don't know if I said that because I was filming the other one. I'm getting confused with what's this one and what's the one I just done. Right, so, oh, where are you? Oh, shark. Right, so it says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of a situation. Your instinctual self is that aspect of you that sends signals to your brain directly from your body. It is what's responsible for your survival, particularly when you're in a life-threatening situation and must avoid danger by fighting, fleeing, or remaining still and quiet. Your instinct dictates which choice most likely ensures your perpetuation. Don't know what that word is. Let's move on. It's much more primal than intellect, and it's what connects humans with all other animals. The trust for your instinctual signals can be modified and distorted by conditioning, especially childhood conditioning. When you're repeatedly told to distrust what your body is telling you and you face life-threatening situations with no escape, this inquisitive survival mechanism becomes clouded, at least, and completely suppressed at the extreme. It's replaced by either a generalized fear or agitation that gets projected onto relatively benign situations, or else a psychic numbness that anesthetizes the senses and severely limits your body's ability to process environmental cues for danger. My God, this guy likes the big words, doesn't he? This sensory numbness also limits your ability to fully experience pleasure. Take the time to tune in to your gut feelings using slow, deep breathing as an access code. Listen with all your senses to discern what your body is telling you, and use your intellect to interpret whether it's a conditioned reaction or instinctual response. With practice, you'll refine your perceptual capabilities so that you can completely trust what you feel. Confidence, secrets, protection, respect, survival, authority, focus, action, unpredictability, ancestors, shapeshifting, solitude, endurance, assertiveness, and divinity. All these words are so in the feels of what I'm feeling this energy is all about as well, especially the ancestors. Lots of stuff coming up about ancestral healing. And definitely, you know, unpredictability too. I think we are living in very unpredictable times, and you know, definitely with Uranus and Taurus there. I always said, you know, like long before it happened, that I felt Uranus and Taurus is the awakening coming to the masses, because Uranus is the planet of awakening and Taurus is like the material world. So that's what that means to me. And it does seem to be happening with the Schumann resonance. The heart of the earth, the heart of the earth beat keeps shooting way up, because it normally sits around 7 something. And it was like, I checked it yesterday, and it was like, it went up to 80 at its highest, and was like 40 and 50. But the fact that it's even going near 40 and 50 is crazy, because it normally sits around 7 something. And again, that means that more people, that is detecting the awareness of people, like the they're the sensitive energies. It just means that like people are waking up to that there's more to meet the eye than what we've been told. So that's what it means to me anyway. And let's read the strength card now. Mountain. So tuning in, basically, you know what I mean? It's like I trust myself when I'm doing this. I mean, I don't doubt myself for 1 second, and that's kind of like what you need to do in this situation. You need to trust that what's coming through is the truth. Right, and the card is that what's coming through to you about whatever it is, the situation that you're on, that you need to bring your balance, that you need to bring into balance. That's what I'm saying. So it makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences far beyond what is healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength, solidly grounded in the earth, your head held high as if you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. The current situation calls for you to be vigilant, but not to the point of fear or paranoia. Now, again, a shark wouldn't be afraid, would it? But it would be very vigilant. So both these cards are talking about being vigilant and noticing the signs. So really pay attention to that. Like trusting yourself. And I feel it's like trusting yourself and the need to be quick about it as well. Because again, a shark's really fast, aren't they? Be that rock of strength that you're capable of becoming. The solidness of your resolve will be clearly communicated when you model yourself after the towering immensity of a mountain, impenetrable and inscrutable. Standing steady like a rock is what is called for at this time. So heavy. Right, let's move on to the staff card, which is number 51, and I already told you what the numbers mean. So let's just get straight into the card. Right, so the staff. So it says the staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Remember, this reading is all about balance. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of things and that your authority must come from deep longing to serve. And the invitation is, you know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. And I'm going to read the medicine. Might not do that for all the piles, but I'm getting drawn to read it. You're caught in the delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. And that is what balance is all about, balancing the masculine and the feminine. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it along, slightly along. So that really feels in line with what the solstice is all about, balance and everything. Right, so Peacock Spirit, let it shine, and I'm going to read it. So it's basically about letting your light shine. But because it's in reverse, it's got a slightly different meaning. It'll be about kind of like, not dulling your sparkle. Right, so I'm going to read the one in reverse. So it was like that, but I'll show you upright. Beautiful card. So it says, are you afraid of dancing with abandon because of what others might think? Do you think you may be punished if you shine too brightly? Have you been conditioned to expect to be hurt if you show yourself fully to the world? That feels tied into what the other card said. Maybe not everyone will celebrate your beautiful radiance when you shine. That is okay. Peacock Spirit is here to remind you that while others may resist celebrating the beauty within them, although they may contract while you expand and shake your tail feathers, smile and keep dancing anyway. Model the good fortune and abundant joy that is yours, and soon someone will say, me too, and join you. Spirit loves you so much and wants you to enjoy the dance and shine your light. That's so lovely, and it really does feel like what the Sagittarius full moon was wanting us to do. And again, I'm loving that because I am a Sagittarius full moon, and that's what I love people to do. We can all shake a tail feather and shine bright, you know what I'm saying? And the 46 adds up to 10, and 10 is the in-between number of endings and beginnings. To me, the solstice is about endings and beginnings. And then it also reduces to a 1, which is about new beginnings. And it is a new beginning too, because we move into a new season. See what I've done there? And also it brings very nicely onto the clarifier. It's a rebirth. You're going through a rebirth. You're shedding a skin to walk into a new you. And you have to release. So you have to allow yourself the period to grieve what has been, so that you can allow the new to come in as well. And it is about integrating the energy. And I do feel the word integration there, it really reminds me as well of how we're integrating in these new light codes that are coming into the planet. So again, I'm one of the people that actually channels these light codes through my voice and through my hands when I'm sending these messages. Again, that's what Spirit used me to do. That's what they use many people to do. But that is why people report like tingles on their, when they're listening to me, or like just basically liking the sound of my voice. It is, I'm definitely channeling healing to you while I'm doing this. And again, those of you that book a personal session, or those of you that work closely with my membership, you're always getting that as well. And then it just helps you to get on with what you're here to do in the world as well. I awaken other healers. That's basically a big part of my job. But it means that I have to be very aware and keep on transforming myself. And that's what very nicely brings me on to what this card is about again. And it's about what I said earlier. It's about you stepping into your confidence, stepping into your happiness, stepping into your joy. And as long as you're like her, always smiling, always like emitting that yellow goldeny energy, which is all about happiness and joy, and the butterflies are all about transformation. As long as you're always learning and growing and living from your joy and embracing the opportunities that come before you, without fearing that you're going to shine too brightly and lose people. Because believe me, if people can't handle how bright you're shining, they're not meant to be in your life anyway, and they'll sort of slowly slip away. And it is sad when that happens, but again, that's part of the rebirth. And it's just, sometimes you lose people on these paths because they don't get it, and then they rejoin you when they're back in a better place. So, but at the end of the day, you've got to shine bright, you've got to shine your light, and you've got to do what makes you happy. And if dulling your light and staying at a certain standard to keep other people happy, that isn't, I don't believe anyone when they say that that's going to make you happy. It won't make you happy. I've been there, done that with the t-shirt. It doesn't make you happy. What makes you happy is really stepping into who you're here to be and shining your light, and then you help others that way, and you help yourself, and the people that are meant to be in your life will stay in your life or come back in your life. People are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So I don't know who needed to hear that heavy chat, but let's move on to pile 2. Right, so pile 2, we've got rose quartz, and we have, I want to put that there, that there, that there. Oh yeah, I forgot there's 2 cards. Move these along, that one and that one there. Right, so for the people that chose rose quartz and pile 2, we have Pue. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's P-U-E-O, Pue. And Hawaii, basically it's a Hawaiian owl, right? And I don't know how to say it. Oh dear. So I'll Google that after how to pronounce it. But anyway, Hawaiian owl. What's coming to me first of all is Hawaii is the heart chakra of the, oh, wait a minute, is that? Oh no, now I'm getting confused. No, I think it is. I think Hawaii is the heart chakra of the earth. And then down in Glastonbury in England, that's somewhere else. That's another meant to be connected to another chakra. Now I'm going to have to check that, but I think, yeah, it's something like that. The heart chakra of the earth is either Glastonbury or Hawaii, but I think it's Hawaii. I'll check that after. But it says your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them. So, sorry, my nose is really itchy now with the channeling. So basically, in the last pile, I actually just said that a lot of cards were coming through about ancestors. And look, I mean, we've actually got shaman in this pile too. And remember, I'm a shaman. So, albeit I'm a bit of a modern shaman, but I am a shaman. And it's kind of like, it's that kind of thing of, I really do feel that that spirit coming in strong when I say that. It's like you're really tuning in to your ancestors and your animal guides and these light beings that want to help you. And it's like they're all trying to give you the signs, the animals, the ancestors, the loved ones in spirit that you've lost, that you knew in this time, past lives, you name it, they're coming in. And I really want to find the card that goes with this as I'm saying it. Let's find it. So I'll go a bit slower, otherwise I'll not be able to find. Right, so, it's got in the book. I found how you pronounce it, guys. Pu'eo. 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 Pueo. Oh, it makes sense. Pueo. Pueo. Okay, that's how we say it. Right. You can receive guidance from your ancestors in the spirit world, no matter what their age, when they died, or how many generations ago they walked on the earth. They're offering you help in many ways right now, so pay close attention to the signs they give you. This guidance can come to you in many forms, whether through your eyes, ears, feelings, or thoughts. And by the way, that's your clairs. And also, I teach people about the clairs one-to-one usually. I also do that in groups. So if you'd like any support or mentoring with that, get in touch with me. Sometimes your ancestral spirit guides appear in dreams, particularly vivid ones. You might see someone who looks like one of your ancestors unexpectedly come across photos or memorabilia that remind you of this person. Often a particular animal making an appearance before you is a way in which your ancestral guide is trying to reach you. I'm just really being, this is a bit random, but I'm a medium as well, guys. I'm a channeler medium, lots of random shit will happen, you know, it's not just pulling cards here. So basically, I was being drawn a picture of my friend's granddad that I'm going to read. So, and I'm just really feeling like somebody watching this right now has been feeling like their grandfather or their granddad is getting in touch with them. And I specifically just felt really drawn to say that. So again, if that's you, please let me know in the YouTube comments if that's you. Or somewhere, at least let me know, because I was really drawn to say it there. So it's like spirit making me say it, because if you've been doubting, they're trying to contact you. It's like they're using me as a channel to say don't doubt that. Like they definitely are trying to leave you signs through songs, through pictures falling off the wall, you name it. Like spirit can try and do anything to get your attention. Right, moving back. Right, you might see someone who looks like one of your ancestors or unexpectedly come across photos, or I just read that bit. Often a particular animal making an appearance before you is a way in which your ancestral guide is trying to reach you. You might hear something that makes you think of a specific ancestor or simply feel their presence. And your thoughts about a certain ancestor, especially unexpected or recurring thoughts, suggest they're nearby. And again, somebody's granddad is definitely around them at this time. Repetition is key here. In whatever way, and that's funny that I repeated it again, in whatever ways your ancestors attempt to contact you, even the granddad that's trying to contact you through Claire, when signs continue to show up that make you think of your deceased loved ones, know that these physical manifestations demonstrate that they're with you. You may have known some of these ancestors in the physical world. This is actually just saying what I said, isn't it? Prior to their deaths, or they may be ancestors from long ago, several generations before your birth, surpassing the boundaries of conscious memory. Regardless of who they are, always give them thanks to your ancestral spirit guides and even appeal to these benevolent helpers whenever guidance is needed. And the associations are dignity, omens, guidance, protection, wisdom, knowledge, inspiration, mysteriousness, silence, sacredness, diversity, omakuha, which is ancestors showing up as a spirit animal. Oh, very interesting. We're learning lots today, pile two. Right, now I'm going to read these ones. Oh, why did I pick so many books that I like to read the book from? Anyway, it happened for a reason, as long as it resonates with you guys. Right, shaman. So we have ancient healing wisdom. The deep, compassionate eyes of this Native American shaman portray the wisdom of one who has seen and one who knows. He has witnessed visions, spirits, suffering, and joy, and knows that everything exists that has spirit's intentionality behind it. Able to travel beyond the veil of ordinary reality, the shaman's primary assignment is to discern and maintain the balance between what his human community takes from the natural world and what it gives back. When this relationship is out of balance, the shaman must do whatever is necessary to restore it. Balance equals healing. And again, this is so funny that I'm a shaman and this pick a card is all about what will bring into balance. So that's hilarious. The shaman lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with reverence, including the great mystery of death and even the mystery of life. He works with his spirit helpers, including ancestral spirits, to help him in his service and his people to Mother Earth, providing liaison between the spiritual and physical worlds. And arguably with this shaman, I'm more in the spiritual world than I'm in the physical. I'm kind of half joking, but it takes a lot for me to get grounded, which is why I go a walk every day, which I never used to do. And I was, but the walking every day has really helped me. Charged with relieving suffering as one of his priorities. Well, that's 100% what I do with all of my free content on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, probably other places that I'm forgetting. Well, everyday life, when I just stop and help people on the street. The shaman does so by first always tending to the spiritual wound, the source of an illness. These healing powers have been passed along over the millennia from the ancient ones who knew the healing and the curative powers of spirit. And it says all illnesses, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, stem from an illness of spirit. It may be due to soul loss, psychic intrusions, ancestral karma, or any other spiritual causes that could be contributing to the manifest condition for which you seek help. Whatever other methodologies or remedies you pursue, whether allopathic, alternative, or a combination, let the healing of your spirit be your priority. Know that your deepest spiritual wound is the illusion of being separate from Source, God, Great Spirit, or whatever name you give the Creator. It is a trick of the mind that creates a sense of separation. This is a time for deep healing, starting with your relationship with Spirit. Remember, the card I pulled today was transformation from the Work Your Light card, which actually says healing is happening at a cellular level. So if you go and check the card that I pulled for Thursday, you will actually see that on the Facebook page. Call upon your spirit guides and ancestors to help you with any emotional, mental, or physical healing that you need help. It says, call upon the Creator to assist you in mending any rift in your relationship with Spirit. Choose thoughts that support wholeness and well-being. Allow any darker thoughts or shadows to appear as well, but simply observe them as they arise in consciousness, then dissolve. See yourself as healed, whole, and complete, and it shall be. And again, if you ever feel like you need more support with that, my distant shamanic healings blow my mind every single time. When people get back to me and basically communicate what's happened in their life after it. It's quite amazing. So, and we also got the ego card, and this says, whenever you experience a heartfelt communion with some physical expression of life, a plant, animal, or human, or anything else, it is only then that you can truly feel how your life force is similar to the life force that is all around you. It is only a matter of differences in form. An essence is articulated in the physical world in a multitude of ways that is the same in everything and everyone. Although it manifests in various shapes, characteristics, this essence is spirit emanating from the core of all things. Communion with nature is essential for you now. And isn't that interesting that I just said how important it is for me as a shaman to get out and walk every day, because we walk in between the world. You know, if I don't get and ground myself, I'm too much in the spirit world. So perhaps you might be the same. Take some time to do an open-eyed meditation with a nearby animal or plant. Relax your body as much as possible, breathe consciously, and keep your attention on the life form you're communing with. After a few moments, you will notice a sense of the boundaries dissolving, a melding of the I and thou. You may even receive messages or impressions as you find yourself in the flow of unspoken communication. So that's quite heavy. Right, now it takes us very nicely onto the Luminous Warrior, which is actually about observing your shadow and stuff as well. So let's see, and it's about basically relying on strength. So it says, the Luminous Warrior has no enemies in his world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. He casts no shadow. He is as radiant as the sun and can transform his most terrible enemy into his ally. His power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all costs. Yeah, so it means that, like, you know, this as the Luminous Warrior, you can cast out the shadow and the darkness with your light. That's that. I knew it was something about that. So the Luminous Warrior reminds you that it's important to focus on your power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits, feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. So it's kind of like in my other deck when it's like, you know, when you feed the wolf that feeds the light, you feed the light. When you feed the wolf that, you know, is like jealousy, anger, resentment, all of that, then you feed that growth. So be careful what you grow. So this one's like really about always focusing on the light. Then there will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. And here's the medicine. It says, are you being tempted by your emotions to follow your lower instincts? So it is about, yeah. So, you know, I mean, in reverse, it is about the shadow. So that's where I was feeling that from. Because I've not read all of these cards. So that's funny that I knew it was something like that. Are you being invited to enter into a quarrel with someone? Put your sword away. This is not the time for battle. Your enemy is not who you think it is. Do not act from a place of anger that will damage your relationships and hurt the ones you care for. Find the truth hiding in your heart that will affirm your instinct for peace rather than for war. So again, there's something really to look out for, but the card did come up right. So if that last bit didn't resonate, just, you know, disregard it. Right, so, and the 3 is communication, play. The 2 is partnership, cooperation. So that's interesting, especially about that last one. And then it adds up to 5, which is big change. The solstice is change. Right, now we've got bat in reverse, and it says a rebirth is reassured. So there's another card about rebirth, like pile 2. That is also a 5. So we've got 2 cards that add up to the number 5, change energy, which doesn't surprise me because the solstice is a time of change. And bat in reverse is, it's also on page 15, and that's a 1 and a 5. Right, and that's also I always get mixed up with the death and the devil. I think that is the devil card, which is about, are you going to listen to the devil on your shoulder or the angel on your shoulder? So that seems important too. Right. What are you refusing to let die? Bat spirit is gently nudging you to let go of your need to cling to the familiar story that has already run its course. A new story is poised to be born. Again, wow, that is so synchronistic with the changing of the seasons. Like you can't cling on to the old season no matter how much you want to, because we're going into a new one. You know what I'm saying? And again, you can take that to mean the literal seasons, but it's something in your life. You can't hold on to the old when the new's one to come in. Some dreams were only meant to last for a moment in time. Sometimes they were only there to slow you down as you recalibrated in preparation for the new life that will give you what you really want. I just got chills. Perhaps you need to grieve as you say goodbye. That's what I just said. Perhaps you need to grieve as you say goodbye to something. At least you're saying goodbye to its familiar form. Perhaps you must let go of a part of you that must die so you can be reborn. This temporary time in the dark doesn't have to be scary or sad though. Bat spirit gives you her powers of perception and awareness as you learn to listen deeply and navigate these unknown caves of temporary emptiness. You will emerge with a new perspective, and Bat Spirit will witness your giving birth to the life that matches the intentions and desires of your heart and soul. Wow. The cards I pulled for Thursday as well, if you go and read that, because I can't remember them all, but one of them was, basically they were all about what is your soul calling you to do. Every single card, there was a transformation, really powerful cards. I used the Work Your Light. Go and check it out. It's on the Facebook page or the Instagram. And just to clarify as well, the last card is introspection and self-inventory. So I kind of feel that Bat in Reverse is also, this is also picking up on people that are in a bit of a dark night of the soul, or going through quite a heavy part of their spiritual awakening. And that's why you are doing a bit of introspection, a bit of hermit mode, a bit of self-inventory, because you're really trying to get in touch with, you're in communion with spirit, right? You do have to go into darkness. You do have to go into solitude to heal yourself and to really work out what's true for you. And you do have to embrace the wounded healer part of you, because that is what I do as a shaman. But again, we can all embrace the wounded healer part of ourselves. It doesn't mean that we're all a shaman, but we've all got a bit of a wounded healer within us. You know what I mean? But I think for some people that get drawn to me, you at least definitely will be Reiki healers or mediums, or perhaps you are following a shamanic path. But whatever it is about definitely paying attention to your ancestors, because your ancestors and the animal guides will guide you to the path of shamanism if you're meant to be on it, believe me. So don't push that to, you know what I mean? Don't feel like you have to push yourself into all of that, because it's more that you get dragged to it. Well, it was in my case. So right, let's move on to pile 3. So pile 3 is, we've got, a minute, what order did I put this in? We'll put that there, put that there, we'll put that there, put that there. Right, okay, good, got the order. Right, so for the people, I'm doing quite good with my time, I think. Right, so with the people that chose pile 3, I think it's definitely going to be another video, but never mind. We have Ladybug, and this, I love this, because this is usually a sign of good luck, and I think in this deck it's about abundance. So, and I actually saw a little ladybird yesterday. So it says, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all the good things in your life. And remember, we've just came out of a very positive Sagittarius full moon, which was about, freedom, fun, childlike energy. It was about facing the truth of a situation, the blunt truth, as I usually say. So, but it is about, like, when you come from that happy, joyful place, that attracts more good things in your life. So hopefully that done that for you, for the people that chose pile 3. And it is about, you really are unfolding like a lotus flower. Like, I feel on your spiritual awakening, you're blooming. That's what I feel that means as well. I'm quickly going over them, and then I'm going to read the ones from the book. And again, it's about following where the wind blows you. We've got 63, which adds up to 9, which is completion. And again, we are in a time of completion, because this whole pick of cards is about what's going to bring you into balance, what do you need to release, what do you need to embrace with the new, because that's what the change of the seasons is all about. And this card is particularly about, what way is the wind blowing you, because whatever direction the wind's blowing you, it has something to tell you. And again, we'll elaborate that with the book. We've got giraffe spirit in reverse. This is really interesting because this is the third pile where a giraffe has been present, so that really means something. And it says, see the big picture. Now, the thing that's interesting is it's a 29 that adds up to 11. 11 is the awakening number. It's about manifestation as well. You will, all of us will have at least saw or heard other people talking about, because if you're kind of new to awakening, you might be like, I've never seen 11:11 on the clock or the microwave, or what are you talking about? But I happen to feel if you're that deep into this reading, you're probably more than aware of what I mean, and seeing 222, 333, 444, 123, 999, you name it, you're probably seeing every combination going. And if you aren't, get ready, because you're about to. Because even I've learned over the years that there's certain numbers that people actually get activated after talking to me. So, definitely report back to me if you're seeing any particular numbers, and I can clarify, yep, that's the one that people usually see after talking to me. Right, so see the bigger picture is what interests me here, though, because Sagittarius is about seeing the bigger picture, so that's quite interesting. And then the last card is psychic abilities and behaviour patterns, amethyst. So again, I feel, if you're not familiar with amethyst, I feel you maybe want to get yourself a little bit of an amethyst, or a big bit. Amethyst is a very spiritual, they're all spiritual crystals, but amethyst is connected to the crown chakra usually. So the crown chakra is where we connect with a higher power, spirit, universe, great spirit, whatever you want to call it. And it really does heighten your psychic abilities. Again, a lot of crystals do, but this one really does. And it's one of the ones that I'd probably say to most people to get if you're interested in heightening your your psychic abilities. Like, that's why it's got that on the card. So let's now read the Ladybird card. So next time, I'm not going to pick so many that are booked, but I mean, again, Spirit told me to use all these, so I'm going to trust that that's because these are the ones that you needed. But it's a bit annoying having to read the... Well, it's not having to, I just like what the books say for these ones. Right, where is the... Ladybug. Right, this is an auspicious time for you, one that is extraordinarily powerful. You'll find that everything goes very smoothly with little effort on your part. Your thoughts will be manifesting more quickly, so be observant and careful about what you're thinking. I've been saying that all week with the full moon. If you lapse into thinking what you lack or what's missing, remind yourself of all the things in your life, food, shelter, your loved ones, and even the gift of life itself, for which you're grateful. Gratitude is the key to continually receiving good fortune, joy, and abundance. Wow, this is literally what I channeled yesterday, which would be Wednesday's post. I'm pretty sure it was one day this week I channeled something like this. Be willing not to only ask for, but also graciously receive and accept all that comes your way. So ask for whatever you want, then imagine already having that which you requested. Can you feel what it's like when you think of having it already? Notice any conditioned or habitual thought patterns that may interfere with your acceptance of what you're asking for. If this happens, return your attention to thoughts of gratitude. In fact, express your thankfulness as if it is already manifested, and continue to monitor any thinking that would otherwise block you from receiving. If you ask for something and then negate it with insurmountable disbelief, the results you get will be the same as if you hadn't asked. So ask, and then be willing to receive. And the associations are fertility, renewal, regeneration, rebirth. Oh my God, we've got every pile so far has had a card about rebirth. That's given me chills. Faith, family, Mother Mary, abundance, hope, meditation, prayer, delicateness, joy, and fearlessness. And I really do feel very close to the Mother Mary energy as well. Right, lotus flower, and I know that this card is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so although it's annoying reading from the book, it is totally meant to be, because these messages are feeling pretty powerful, guys. Right, so lotus flower. Your spiritual unfoldment is occurring at all times, whether or not you're aware of it. It is inevitable as long as you put your trust in the hands of the Creator, the one who holds the light. Like the lotus, your soul is always reaching for the light to fulfill its karmic destiny. But even in that process, there are periods of darkness and times to rest. So again, this is actually picking up on the dark night of the soul again and the difficult bits of spiritual awakening. But again, it doesn't really surprise me because again, guys, that is literally what I'm not a fan of using the word expert, but that is what my expertise are in, is helping people, supporting people through their dark night of the soul and the tough bits of spiritual awakening, because that's why I went through it years ago, so that I could be prepared to be a spiritual teacher for others, which is what I pretty much do every single day of my working days, and even really on my days off. So it says, it's a natural cycle, one that cannot truly be coerced or halted. It is an innate rhythm of its own, and one that is unique to the being that is you. You do not need to strive or be driven by spiritual ambition. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself. And that's interesting that in the shaman card, in the last pile, in pile 2, that's actually what I was saying, that it's like, don't try to force yourself on your spiritual path, because if you're meant to do something, like it, particularly shamanism, you will get dragged onto it, whether you like it or not. Even mediumship, you'll get dragged onto that. That's been my experience anyway. You can try and run all you want, but you'll get dragged back onto it. It's the same with these spiritual soulmate relationships and everything. You'll get dragged back onto it. If it's meant for you, you'll get dragged back onto it. It does no good to try to force growth upon yourself or others for that matter. Allowing is the key here. Allow the place in you that naturally wants to follow the light to do so, while recognizing that even when you have complete faith, you will face challenges and occasionally suffering. Your steady faith and love will guide you on a journey of returning to the light. That is beautiful. And again, sorry to keep repeating it, but spirit are making me do it. I mean, that is literally what I'm here to do, is to guide people out of the darkness and back to the light, because I had to do that for myself. Still sometimes have to do it for myself, because I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart, and we can go pretty low. That's how that's how I teach about the deep stuff, because I'm very deep myself. Right, so taking me nicely onto this card, wind. So it says the symbol of the wind represents the element of air. It rules communication, thought, song, inspired ideas. By the way, can I just point out that as I'm recording this, it's the very last of Gemini season, air sign, and we're in Aquarius moon, air sign. Interesting. It also signifies change with qualities both positive and negative. The wind blows from each of the 4 directions, and there are different qualities bestowed by each. The south is carrying a new sense of trust, helping you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. The west is calling you for more introspection, to a willingness to make final decisions, to let go of attachment and ego desires. The north is moving to bring you wisdom and strength, and the east is carrying clarity of vision and purpose. And again, I've got a lot of these because I'm the Aries and the Sagittarius, so that's really why I'm able to bring you a lot of vision and and help you find out what will bring more purpose, happiness in your life, because we've all got a purpose, and it's not always to be something big and heavy. Well, that's interesting that I dropped the hematite when I said heavy, because it is a heavier crystal, but it's about we've all got a purpose. You're here for a reason, but it's just I really help ignite that passion for you to be like, wow, I really am here to make a difference in this way. So if you need that, that's what I help with. Whichever way the wind is blowing, the message which the wind whispers or shouts is a challenge. It may take courage at first to turn to face the wind, but you will find exultation in moving towards it and receiving its lessons. And it says, when the spirit of the wind comes calling, it's a sign of change. And remember, the solstice is about change as well. Perhaps you need to change your mind about something. Perhaps an old way of doing things has become automatic, and now that you've gained greater clarity, you can make a new choice. Regardless of what the change is, you can expect to be understood and have clear communication with others at this time. Ideas are solid, and the shift that is being called for is for the highest good of all. Wow, that's giving me chills as well. Right, and 29 for giraffe spirit in reverse. Right, I'm only going to read the reverse bit because it did come out reverse. So, are you sticking your neck out too far, reaching too high instead of looking around to see the conditions on the ground? Your devotion to co-creating something new is admirable, but giraffe spirit is showing up to remind you that you have to look at the whole picture, not just those tasty leaves on the top of the tree. Perspective is necessary now, and that means checking in with what is going on around you and at your feet. Or perhaps you're ruminating over the worries of the world instead of paying attention to what you can do right now, where you are, and to bring about the changes you would like to see. Align with your highest good and know that while perspective is important, transformation begins where you are. Do not get so far up in the clouds thinking about all the big problems that you lose perspective and forget to do your part, however small it may be, to start enacting change for transformation begins with you. And again, the first card I pulled today was the daily reading. And again, if you're watching this a different day, that would be Thursday the 20th. I pulled the transformation and 5 other cards, and also the card that I just read there, it was very similar to what this one just said. So it really is all about they're all connecting, basically, is what I'm feeling. Right, so and the what was I going to say there? It's about transformation, and I'm gonna have to get, sorry, something was really coming in strongly and then I forgot. What reminded me? It was because I was telling someone today, when I had a clarity call earlier today, I was telling somebody that our power, that I was talking about alignment, and I was saying that our power, is basically in the now, and not to worry too much about the past or the future. So I feel there's a real message coming through for this pile about that as well. And again, just another reminder that this is all part of you coming into abundant, happy times. You might be going through a bit of a dark time or being through a bit of a dark time, but it's all part of you growing through the mud and blooming into your true, beautiful self. We do have to go through a bit of the crap to get to the good bit. Listen to the wind because it speaks to you. What is it asking you to do? And again, this adds up to 9. 9 is about completion. The full moon that we just came out of this week was about completion. The solstice is about an end of a season, the beginning of a new, so it's about completion. Again, you're transforming, pay attention to the signs, and yes, pay attention to what's coming through your psychic abilities. Love it. Right, finally, last but not least, pile 3, and then I can go and see my wee niece. Right, so we've got, for pile 4, we've got tortoise. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. Interesting, I've been going on about grounding a lot during this reading. Really annoying me. Here. Cave, interesting. Very kind of in your interest. What's the word? Going inwards, being a bit hermity, retreating is what I'm feeling with this pile. Dove spirit, journey, communication, interesting. I pulled that for someone earlier. Right, so what I'm feeling with the tortoise card is, you're kind of like, your energy is getting pulled there, here and everywhere, and there isn't, it's almost like you're too much and you're go, do, your masculine taking action energy, and then there's a real need to, chill, slow down. Full moons can be exhausting. All the energy that's coming to the planet right now that's awakening us, either for the first time or heightened, just basically heightened spiritual activation. It is all very tiring wherever you're at. It's tiring if it's totally new to you. It's tiring even if it's not new to you. Again, I'm not new to this stuff, but I'm new to the energy that's coming to the planet right now, because every single human being is. Doesn't matter how long you've been a spiritual teacher, or if you've been on the path for, decades or whatever. In my case, it's just over a sort of decade of studying spiritual awakening and everything. Or being taught by it, rather, by spirit. It's kind of like, even the energies that are coming in right now, it's new to everyone. So it doesn't matter how much you think we're all getting hit by it, is basically what I'm saying, and it's tiring. So you really do need to slow down and do whatever you can do to ground your energy, especially if you're someone like me that is very psychic or sensitive, emotional, even if you're not really tuning into your full capacity and realizing that your sensitivity is a beautiful gift. It's not a curse, it's a beautiful gift, but it does mean you have to protect it, and it does mean you do have to ground yourself. And that might mean at times, look where I'm going with this, getting into your cave. Do you know what I mean? Getting into your sanctuary, really doing stuff just for you and hiding a little bit to heal yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. We do need to retreat in ourselves. And I do happen to feel the solstice is really about that for a lot of people too. It's a solstice is a little bit like a new moon, and a dark moon, and everything that's about retreating all in one. It's kind of really heightened. So don't be surprised if you do feel like going inwards a little bit right now. Going inwards, slowing down, and kind of not opening the door to a lot of people. You know what I mean? You'll come out again once you're fully integrated into the new season, but there is something about needing to go inward here. And it's about you're not trying to offend anyone, you're just trying to find your peace. Do you know what I mean? And this card is a 21, and 21, is it? 21, and 21 is the world card, like coming full circle. So again, this is about completion. Remember, this whole reading is about the solstice, which is about something coming to an end, a season coming to an end for a new one to begin and bringing you into balance. The 2 and the 1, the 2 is about cooperation, balance, partnership. The whole reading's about balance. 1 is about manifestation, new beginnings. Again, synchronicity overload here, but this is about new beginnings because it's the solstice reading. The journey, 2 again, balance, 9 completion. You see the synchronicity with all of this. That also adds up to 11. 11 is the awakening number of change, shaking you up to wake you up. A shamanic journey is all about journeying into the spirit world. You can either do that yourself or you can do that with a shaman like me. And, you know, I usually, you know, if you have never experienced it, when I do the shamanic journey distantly, I either do it with my group or I do it one-to-one on a video call. And I guide you into the spirit world and I help retrieve back. Well, if it's a journey, some journeys are just to help gain answers, but some journeys contain a soul retrieval as well, which is a wee bit more advanced shamanism. And basically, I retrieve back the soul parts that have went walkies, and it's honestly, it can absolutely change your life after one session. But again, you can journey for yourself too. It's like a bit of a dream, and you can go in and you get the answers. So say you want to journey to find, right, spirit, where am I out of balance? You can go on a journey to find where you're out of balance and listen to what spirit tell you. And they might be like, you need to get back to the gym. That was one of my ones, like, you know, recently. And so guess what? I went back to the gym. It might have taken me ages to get back to the gym. I didn't do it right when they said it, to be honest. But yeah, hey, I'm there now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge myself. But anyway, it's not about me. Let's move on. So, and the other thing that's coming up for you is you need to come into balance around communication. So actually, see, before we move on, that card to me is just basically you need to ask spirit. You need to, when you're at a loss and it's like, right, I'm too fragmented, like what do I need to focus on? Ask spirit. And it might be that you're a medium and you sit down and you sit in the power, or it might be, whatever. Or it might be that you like Buddhism and you sit down and meditate. Whatever it is, you don't even need to have a label. Just sit and commune with spirit in some sort of way. Get still and listen to spirit to find your peace. Loving that. Because it is all about communication. And I do feel this is about you communicating with your soul, you communicating with spirit to get in touch with your inner truth, which is at the bottom of the card. And when you do that, it enables you to be able to communicate with the others in your life like the way you want to. And you just got drawn to the time is 1550. And the 2 5s there are about big change going on in your life as well. And now I'm actually going to read the books. So we have 4 twice. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. So again, remember, this is about what's going to bring you into balance. So there is some sort of message about needing grounding. When you're feeling pressure from any number of fronts, pulled this way and that by the demands of a modern life, it's very easy to succumb to a false sense of urgency, feel out of balance and fragmented, and be in a constant state of tension. You can become forgetful and have difficulty sleeping. You may even attempt to stabilize and center yourself by resorting to the use of addictive substances or activities, hoping that they'll help you feel more at home in your own skin. Meanwhile, your mind rushes ahead from one thing to the next while your body tries to play catch up. The technological web, consisting of computers, the internet, cell phones, faxes and television, plus the noisiness all around, creates a constant assault on your senses. Exhausting, isn't it? Now that's funny because it was exhausted reading this. This guy really likes the words, by the way. I love these cards, but I mean, God, this is too much. But also, I'll keep using the words, like in my daily channeling today, I said exhausting, and in the one yesterday I wrote exhausting. So do you mean, basically, this is an exhausting energy right now, so be kind to yourself. That's why you need to slow down. First, recognise that most things that you treat as emergencies or crises are merely inconveniences. Then slow down. Move a little bit slower so you're accustomed to and practice breathing slower and deeper every opportunity you get. This in itself helps you align with your internal rhythms rather than being in a state of continuous reactivity to outside forces. Spend time in nature and take your shoes and take off your socks and shoes. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy from channeling. Putting your bare feet on the ground allows you to truly experience your solid connection to the earth. When you do, notice the difference of how you feel and see if your mind isn't at least a little bit calmer. It may be challenging, at times to do any of this, but it can be done. It just takes your clear intention and willingness. And the associations are longevity, determination, adaptability, patience, perseverance, earthiness, stability, self-reliance, focus, femininity, immortality, methodological, well, I'm having trouble saying that, so I'm moving on. Independence, steadiness. Whew, my God, I'm going to need about 10 cups of coffee after this. Right, cave. Oh, I just got drawn at 1551, interesting. Lots of 1s and 5s, manifest and change. Right, so there is a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place of peace. Whether it's a cave, a meadow, a forest, a seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul. Rather than having your computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity be your sanctuary, allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. So notice that's really important that both these cards are saying the same about tellies and electrical things and that. Grounding and getting out in nature is incredibly important for the people listening to this pile. I think I would have picked this pile, to be honest, if it was me, because I really need to get outside. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in the dramatic and quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more critical to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have to schedule it. Write it in your schedule now. I literally have to do that now. Remind myself, chill out, Claire. You've helped enough people for today. They can, they're quite able to look after themselves. Right, 21. So, and I just flicked it right the page. Thank you, Spirit. Right, so it is in reverse, so let's read it. However disturbed the waters around you, however troubled your heart, Dove Spirit is there to remind you that peace without begins within. As you reconnect with the Spirit through practices that awaken you from spiritual amnesia. Oh my God, I mean, that is literally about awakening. Loving it. And that's what basically has been coming through all these piles. Your true nature is a peaceful child of Spirit, but to easily forget. You're being invited to sit in the cozy, safe nest of Spirit. Soon the waters will become still and you will feel peace again. Be compassionate with yourself at this time, for all of us can forget that peace is always at hand, always there, gifted to us by Spirit. Become the peace you wish to see in the world. This is the second card that said something really similar. One of my favourite sayings, be the change you wish to see in the world. So I'm loving that that's coming through so much. You can reduce any suffering, performing acts of kindness and radiating love. Dove Spirit also reminds you that when you see inequity or someone harmed or in need, trust that you have the capacity to bring peace through smiling, sending love, speaking a kind word, or listening with a compassionate heart. And remember, Mercury, wait a minute, when does Mercury change? Now, forgive me if I've got it wrong, but Mercury, wait a minute, I'm going to have to check, that's going to annoy me. Mercury has been in Cancer. Oh no, that phone's off. Anyway, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's Mercury has been in Cancer, and I think Mercury's actually, is it Mercury that's changing? If Mercury's changing, then that would mean it's going into Leo. But I should have checked. Anyway, I can't remember. But anyway, we still are, I'm pretty sure, Mercury and Cancer, and that is all about mothering, nurturing, and loving energy. That's put me off. Where was I? Do your part to be a peacemaker, nourishing compassion, reminding others of the joy and harmonious coexistence so that they may embrace the Dove Spirit within themselves too. Oh, lovely. Right, now let's read the journey and then I'm done because I don't read for that one. So I said before that the 29 adds up to 11, and that's the wake you up, to shake you up, the wake you up energy. A lot about awakening in all of these piles. Right. The journey is an invitation to step outside the boundaries of your life as you know it. The journey is not a holiday. It is a call to be hermit-like, oh my God, and go on a pilgrimage into the unknown. Hello? Hermit-like, that's what I channeled before I read any of these. Slow down, go within, find your peace. Oh my God, that's nuts. There are no maps to the territory you will be exploring, no marked paths and no road signs. The time to embark on the great journey is here. Do not linger in the port when distant shores are calling. Fearlessly draw your own navigational charts as you discover the route. When the time is right, as it is now, you will be led true. Even when you are not sure of where you're going, it is the departure that is most important. If you miss the boat, a great opportunity will be lost and another ship may not arrive for a very long time. Wow, no pressure then. Right, so the medicine with this card is the journey is calling you, but the timing is premature. Collecting postcards or fantasies of where you want to go may take over your focus and make you miss your destiny. Other things must be completed first, or you may still be attached to knowing the destination. Remember that the point of the journey is not the destination, it's who you will become as you are transformed along the way. Do not confuse the inner and the outer journey. Wow. And then, guys, lastly, as I think the whole video is about to become an hour, inner truth. This says communication, and blue is about communication, the throat chakra, right? But I nearly said fruit, so I think that's about things coming to fruition as well, because we're still just left the full moon, and full moon is about manifestation and things going to fruition. So make sure you're recognising the opportunities there. Sometimes you need to take action with that too, and not just sit on your arse. So maybe I was speaking to myself there. But yeah, it's about inner truth too, like that card just said, connecting with your inner truth. So this pile is all about getting still, going into hermit mode where you need to, finding your peace. You're going on a spiritual journey, which is intense, but it's going to get you in touch with your inner truth. So I think it's worth going inwards and going into hermit mode for a little bit. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to contact me for a personal session or working on long-term work with me within a package, my spiritual counselling, shamanic healing packages, then definitely get in touch. Other than that, I'll see you on the next pick a card or my weekly readings. Thanks for liking, subscribing and commenting, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.